gonna talk about the studio first. Studio. Someone, anybody, if you feel led to speak on this, what is the first thing you would tell a less experienced musician about working in the studio? Let's say, for example, Madukwu, you gave an example of seeing somebody or meeting Kirk and it was his first time recording and y'all were younger. What would you tell them is the first thing you need to know about being in the studio? I asked that question because now studios are accessible. Home studios are accessible. You can run a Guitar Center and for $500 you can have what it takes to at least mix and master an album. But the skill necessary in order to get that from an idea in your head to a product that sounds good is still something that you have to acquire. What would you tell a less experienced musician about working in the studio? What's the one thing that they need to know?
Planning. Planning is everything because this thing is going to cost you. It's an investment you're making in yourself. I was not a proficient musician when I started playing in the studio. I walk in with $100 and I knew I had 4 hours of work to do at $25 an hour. So they started calling me one take because I couldn't be missing any notes. I mean, McDonald's is calling me, you know what I'm saying? That's where I was working. So that's what you have to do. You have to plan it out. That means this creating on the fly in the studio, that's for later. You need to know what you're gonna do going in. I booked studio time 3 weeks out for one session in particular, and it required a trumpet. And so in that 3 weeks or 2 weeks, I bought a trumpet and I practiced till my head hurt. But I bet I had a horn section on the song. Come on. Planning. So when you get to the studio, you get what you want in a short amount of time until someone else can pay for that. So planning is what I would say be number one.
Coming from a mindset of a producer, there's two different things. You have a musician, which most people just come in, ooh, I want to get paid. Oh, I think I did. A beat maker who is really still, hey, you may be a musician. Calm down. But him, you see what he just said? Like, no, I have to plan this thing out. And that's what producers do. Like you take care of everything. Even if I get the songwriter in, making sure the mix is right. But, okay, I'm gonna go from my end. When I was coming up in New York, I was playing on the Lauryn Hills and the little G units and all these sessions. I used to fall asleep on the sessions all the time. All I wanted to do was just, hey, make sure my name was right in the credits, spell it right. I may have came up with a couple of ideas, but I didn't tit for tat all these, all right, let me get my publishing, or let me get my this. I knew that now, I'm just playing. I have a plan. I didn't rent Platinum Studios. Are you serious? Sit down and play your little keyboard and get out the way. But right there, what he's talking about, you're a producer. Yeah. So when you understand those two different fine lines, you won't be fighting yourself. Because that's when we mess up a lot. And we be like, no, you're not. Yeah. You're just this.
He just broke down. One of the questions that I have, and I have not talked to them. I just texted him this week and said what we're going to be talking about. One of the questions I have is what's the difference between a producer and a beat maker? Okay, and I think he just kind of broke that down for us. In other words, brothers who make beats, people who make beats, they're scientists on the real. Take nothing from it. Okay, right. If you just make a beat, and these cats who only can use a program, these brothers are scientists. They are phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, everyone can't do that. Just as everyone can't be a producer and get a song from an idea in the back of someone else's head to a finished product.